Are these hero bonds worth working on? That's the first question all of us should have when we're looking at this feature, and I gotta say, for the most part, probably not, but there's a few good ones in here, so I wanted to go through all the new hero bonds and discuss them through this video. And while this release was a little bit underwhelming, I am happy to see topwar making an effort on their promise about trying to make older heroes either relevant or useful in some way, and being able to get some extra bonuses from some of your old heroes is definitely a plus, and I'm happy to see it. The main reason I say the new hero bonds are pretty unimpressive is when you compare them to the old hero bonds, they don't stand up at all. The new hero bonds have a lot of premium heroes, where the old ones are consistent of almost entirely free heroes that can be obtained through premium and elite recruiting. The old hero bonds also had many more milestones for you to hit that gave you way more bonuses than the new hero bonds do. And on top of that, if you made it to the last milestone of a hero bond, it gave you a pretty big bonus. For example, big shots gave you a +8 march size, where the new hero bonds don't have anything particularly impressive if you reach the final milestone. Starting off with the first of the new hero bonds, Mining Expert, this is actually the only one on the list that I think everyone should work on. But of course, that's only if you have Ishitaru. For the vast majority of servers, he's only been released one time, so hopefully they'll re-release him for anybody who missed him. But completing this hero bond is a 5% gather speed bonus, which isn't much, but it's purple heroes, so I think it's a relatively fair bonus for the kind of work that you've got to put into these heroes, if not a little bit boring. Next up, we have Ladies of the Oceans. For Navy mains, I imagine this one will be a pretty easy one to complete, but for everybody else, I would recommend doing Chloe and Violet passively, since they're free heroes. But once you get them to 5-star, level 120, then all you have to do is unlock Nereid, give her 20 orange shards, and you would have an extra 5% all-unit attack increase, which is about equal to what you'd get if you put those same 20 shards into a perk, except this, of course, is going to be global. Next up, we have Best Partners, as if Maximo needed to bring anything else to the table. Thankfully, his hero bond is just pathetic. Of course, you should always unlock any hero that you get the chance to get your hands on, so recruiting the two of them for a 2% all-unit HP increase is no big deal. However, spending a total of 520 additional orange shards just to get them to level 100 for an extra 3% all-unit HP increase is not worth it in any way. The only people who should get this hero bond are the people who plan on putting these two heroes in their Air Force March. Moving on to Master Spy, this one is actually worth working on, however, only very late game. 914 is a very special hero that's useful in very specific circumstances, but never seems to go completely out of style, so he's a safe hero to 5-star. Also, Scaramanga is a utility hero, which is always going to be useful, and reducing the cost of your repairs for Valhalla units is definitely something that you're going to want very late game, so he is another safe hero to 5-star. So this hero bond is something you can complete late game. Plus, after you're completing it, giving Scaramanga some extra war actually reduces the repair cost of your Valhalla units even farther, albeit very slightly. 1,000 war is only going to save you 2 Odinium per 1,000 that you spend, but I will take whatever I can get. Next up, we have the Billionaires, which is a good name for it, seeing as how the only people who should be using Fahid are some of the biggest whales, because his ability just works well on big accounts, but everybody else, not so much. And while you should, of course, unlock all 3 of these heroes so you can get the first step of this hero bond, because you never want to pass up on a hero, getting them all to 4-star so you can get a 3% HP increase is not worth it. Obviously, Rockfield and Basil, both free heroes, can be done passively, but putting 260 shards into Fahid for a 3% bonus is definitely not worth it. I would ignore the last step of this hero bond. Moving on to the largest of the new hero bonds, Rose Knights. Of course, unlock all 4 of these heroes so you can get the first 2 steps of this hero bond, but for the last 2 steps of this hero bond, I would only recommend those who are already using Mei in their army march to pursue it. Gira and Li Yoan can be done passively since they're free heroes, and Villers is more or less a utility hero because of her active ability, so it's worthwhile for everyone to 5-star her, which just leaves Mei. A 5% attack increase and 1,000 defense to Villers is not worth working on Mei unless you're already using her for your army march. Next, we got Hunter's Prey, which I was excited to read the details about this. Apparently, since Bell and Precise met, they've been engaged in cat and mouse. I called it in my Precise video. They got a thing for each other. But this hero bond is not really worth working on. Not only has Bell not been available since somewhere around server 500 to 700, but getting both of these heroes to 4 stars for a 5% attack increase just ain't worth it. That's 260 orange shards each to get them to 4 stars, so you can do level 100, and of course, Bell is pretty outdated. Precise, you should only be working on him if you're using him in your army, so this hero bond is dead on arrival. Nearing the end of the list, we have Never Fall. Of course, unlock all 3 of these heroes so you can get that first step of the hero bond, but after that, I wouldn't recommend pursuing the last 2 of this. The only free hero amongst these 3 is Hartman, so you could passively do him, but getting the other 2 heroes to 4 or 5 stars to complete this hero bond just doesn't seem worth it. Not only was Saker not even relevant upon his release, but Dante, of course, is outdated as well, and that's going to cost you 520 shards to get the second step of this hero bond, or over 1,200 shards to get to that last step. Skip this one, even if you're Air Force. And finally, the last hero bond on this list, Wasteland Walker, which is a good name because this hero bond attribute list looks like a wasteland. You only put 1 milestone in here, and it's a 10% Dark Forces attack increase. Again, unlock these heroes if you can. They're great heroes. This hero bond is very easy to complete, but obviously you'll have to spend some money. It'll help you in Eternal Lands taking on stronger Dark Forces, but I gotta say, this is the least impressive hero bond of the whole list. Did they put any effort into this? Again, I want to say I'm happy they're trying to do something for older heroes that are outdated, or even some of the new heroes, but this was just a pathetic attempt at it. I mean, I told you what I think about all the different hero bonds, who should work on what. But I mean, for the most part, I think the only hero bonds people are going to complete from this list are the ones that they'll have completed at the time it was released. Almost none of these are worth working on, and the bonuses are just tiny. At least the old hero bonds, you could get things like 5% damage increase, or 5% damage decrease, a plus 8 march size, or a 5% all unit shield increase, which is just awesome. And then there's these things, and I'm done roasting them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you to everybody who subscribed. I am gonna go have a tall, stiff drink. Have a fantastic day.